right, so in isosceles triangle RST, we're looking for the measure of S. Now, the definition of isosceles means at least two sides and two angles are equal to each other, which means it could actually be an equilateral triangle and still be considered as a isosceles triangle, equilateral. And so as we look at this triangle, what I see here is I know it's isosceles, and I know from statement one that one of the measures, angle T specifically, is 100 degrees. Well, if this is 100 degrees, it's impossible that we would pair it up with another 100-degree angle, because that would get us to 200 degrees, and every triangle has a sum of interior angles that's equal to 180 degrees. So what statement one is telling me is that angle T is the odd man out, meaning the other two angles are both equal to each other, meaning they're equal to X. And if we look at 180 degrees in the whole triangle minus the 100 degrees we have here, that leaves 80 degrees equal to 2x, which means each of those x's would be equal to 40 degrees. So statement one is sufficient to tell me that angle R is 40 degrees. Now, if we take a step back and reevaluate using statement two on its own, so statement one was sufficient. Statement two tells us that in RST, we have angle S is 40 degrees. Okay. It could be that angle S is the odd man out, or it could be that angle S is paired with one of the other angles. And so it could be 40, 40, 100, or vice versa. And I think that already proves that we don't know what angle R is. But if you look at the other side, making this even more difficult, is the fact that we could have the two other angles match each other, but not match the 40 degrees, which would leave 140 degrees for the 2x that we have left up top, which means x equals 70. So this opens up a lot of possibilities for what angle R could be. And for that reason, this statement is insufficient, but statement one was sufficient. And it's important to remember that isosceles triangles could be equilateral triangles. Every equilateral is an isosceles because it has at least two equal sides, because it has three equal sides, three equal angles. But here we don't involve that terminology, equilateral, or have equilateral triangles. It's just important to note as we look at this question.